All right, it's a brilliant Wednesday. Hello and welcome to Breaking Today. My name is Nick Mudimba. Our sign language interpreter is Miss Tracy Dorcas. But our first story of the day, the multi-agency team comprising of professional divers from South Africa and the Kenya Navy have today identified a wreckage of a car that plunged into the Indian Ocean 11 days ago, having drifted off the Likoni ferry, killing a woman and her daughter. It's also believed that the bodies of the two are in the mangled wreckage, in which actually retrieval efforts hope to be completed by Thursday morning. Take a look.
11 days of searching for the bodies of 35-year-old Mariam Kigenda and her 4-year-old daughter Amanda Mutheu. And today the government confirmed that divers had spotted a car which could be the one the two were using along the 14 spots they had identified. However, according to government spokesperson Cyrus Oguna, it needs to be proved if indeed the spotted vehicle is the same one which plunged into the ocean.
Usiku wa jana wakapata sehemu viwili ambazo walikuwa nakisia huenda ikawa lile gari liko pale. Yamechunguzwa leo kwa mkia asubuhi ya leo na wakaona kwamba ni watume wapiga mbizi wa Kenya Navy mule chini kwenda kukagua ni kitu kipi kinaweza kuwa pale chini.
Oguna further stated that the government is hopeful the object being spotted will be retrieved by Thursday morning.
Chukue lile chombo tukilete juu ndio tuweze kupeana taarifa yake kamilifu kwamba ni lile gari. Ila kufikia sasa tunasema kwamba 90% itakuwa imekamilika. Ile 10 ni katika hali ya kuweza kudhibitisha kwamba namba plate ya ile gari liko pale chini ya maji ndio lile gari ambalo lilitumbukia pale majini tarehe 29.
The multi-agency team is said to be using highly sensitive modern 3D equipment and cameras to identify and scan images from the marked points. The two drowned in the Indian Ocean on 29th September after their vehicle reversed and slid off the MV Harambee ferry in Likoni. Kigenda and her daughter had gone to check on their family farm in Msambweni, Kwale County when they met their death on their way back home. Christine Muriuki, Switch TV.
All right, we'll update you on the progress of that search right here on Breaking Today. Now, the quest to be the first man to run a full marathon under 2 hours is on with all eyes on the world marathon record holder Eliud Kipchoge to push to the limits. The campaign, dubbed Ineos 159, if all goes well, will go down on Saturday at 8 a.m. Kenyan time.
The king of all thrones, Eliud Kipchoge.
The world's greatest marathoner, Eliud Kipchoge, will be taking up a challenge to compete against the human limits in Vienna. In this race against the clock, Kipchoge will attempt to run a full marathon in 1 hour and 59 minutes. If he breaks the 2-hour mark on Saturday, his achievement will be eligible for Guinness World Record in terms of fast sub-2-hour marathon distance. He will also be seeking to break the record he set in 2018, where he won the Berlin Marathon, clocking a record time of 2 hours, 1 minute and 39 seconds. Exclusively told Switch TV, no human is limited. Do you think anytime soon someone is going to break what is actually on the figures right now? Do you think someone will break your record, or you will break it yourself?
I trust someone will break the record because records are meant to be broken. Yes, and I believe that I always carry a banner which says no human is limited, so, and which I trust that all the human beings are not limited. So any athlete is capable of breaking my world record even next week.
The Ineos 159 meteorology and performance experts will provide weather data to Kipchoge's coaching team and use this to collectively make the decision as to what date and time the Ineos 159 challenge will take place to give Kipchoge the best possible chance of success. One of the reasons Vienna was picked for the venue of the Ineos 159 challenge is its favorable weather conditions in October. Weather conditions could play a part in the historical event. The event has been narrowed from 12th to 14th October with the target date of the 12th. Eliud Kipchoge was full of praise for his coach Patrick Sang, terming him as a man who has molded him to become an epitome of intellectual sagacity on the track.
Oh, my coach is really caring and fruitful. I can say I've been with him for all of my career. I can say he's more than a coach. I can say he's a life coach and sport coach. And I'm really feeling that without associating with him, I could not make it up to this stage for now.
So much has been put in place to make sure this milestone of under 2 hours is achieved. Eliud Kipchoge told Switch TV how he manages his diet, but the organizers too have his desires ready for him while in action.
My diet actually is really simple. I'm trying to eat really balanced diet in every meal, but all in all, I really put my proteins nearly every day to actually replace the TIAT elements in my body, which can help me to recover very fast. And I put also a lot of carbohydrates for energy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
How much he consumes is actually closely monitored by his nutritionist, who will actually be here and will be measuring every time that he takes something from his water bottle and tosses it. They will actually pick it up so that he can weigh it and know how much that he consumed and then manage his intake.
Kenya's biggest telco, Safaricom, has changed the logo of one of its several brands, the M-Pesa. For one thing, it's not a regular marathon and there'll be no other participants. Moreover, Kipchoge will be paced by a crew of 41 athletes rotating in and out, with several at a time shielding him from the wind to see if it can be done. The quest for a sub-2 marathon has so far eluded humanity's grasp, but possibly not for much longer. All right, we'll wait for the E-News team to give us the exact day that race will go on, but there's a window from 12th to 14th. Between Saturday and actually Monday, depending on how the weather will be in Vienna, that race will go down. But again, we go to Taita Taveta, where news just coming in is that Granton Samboja, the governor, has been impeached. Samboja was impeached on Wednesday evening after a heated debate by the MCAs over what they termed as gross misconduct. The ward representatives unanimously voted in favor of a special motion moved by Ronge MCA Harris Keke after a 4-hour debate. Samboja was impeached on 7 grounds, including gross misconduct, misleading the county assembly, and misrepresentation of facts to the public with an aim of inciting the public against the county assembly. We'll follow up the story and keep you updated on our subsequent bulletins right here on Switch TV. Now, Third Alliance leader Dr. Ekuru Aukot on Wednesday blamed the leaders from other political parties for campaigning against Punguza Mizigo bill that seeks to alleviate Kenyans from suffering. The bill, which saw Kakamega County join other counties in rejecting the bill today, has been accepted only in Uasin Gishu County, with 5 days remaining to conclude its debate.
Third Way Alliance Party leader Ekuru Aukot says the Punguza Mzigo initiative will continue to be presented before county assemblies despite rejection by the 12 counties so far. Aukot on Wednesday urged Kenyans to join the movement and drum up support for the bill, adding that the party will soon be announcing the next move.
There is no any other bill that's on the table for debate other than the Punguza Mzigo bill. For you to debate a bill, any bill seeking to amend the Constitution of Kenya, there is a process one must follow.
Other counties rejected it, with Nairobi County terming it as a deliberate effort to disadvantage the youth, women, and people living with disability. Kakamega is the latest county to reject the bill.
Pengine zile zinahusiana na akina mama kuhusishwa katika seneti na pia vile kuhusishwa katika bunge la kaunti, na ikawa inaleta utata kwa sababu kuna lile sheria kuu yenye tunayo katika katiba yenye tunayo yenye inaomba ya kuwa watu wa jinsia moja wasizidi wenzao mpaka asilimia kwa sehemu ya thuluthi moja.
Kenyans, however, have different opinions with regards to the bill.
Have political interest at heart, not changing the constitution to help anyone. It is political interest riding on the constitutional change. So when you look at Punguza Mizigo, it has specific political interest. It is being driven by specific political interest. And the problem with Punguza Mizigo is that its interest first is to remove power from one arm of the legislature, that is parliament, and hand it to the Senate. So that process is not possible because it alienates a huge part of the parliamentary system.
Na sisi kama vijana tungependa kumpa Bwana Ekuru Aukot ujumbe ya kwamba jambo ambalo anatuletea la Punguza Mzigo si jambo geni katika maisha yetu hapa Kenya. Shida kubwa tulio nayo ni kwamba japo analeta mambo ya mishahara ambayo tunajua yamekuwa matatizo katika wabunge wetu, sisi hatuna shida. mtu apatiwao mshahara apewe mshahara kwa kazi ambayo anaifanya.
According to Aukot, amending Article 73, 79, 157 and 229 of the Constitution will bring to an end impunity as well as the culture of stealing public resources, which has left public coffers dry. Wandabo Wanyama, Switch TV.
Now, following the ongoing retrenchment wave by companies like Telkom, Stanbic Bank, East Africa Portland Cement in recent months, a huge number of Kenyans have lost or anticipated to lose their jobs. Anonymous citizens, joined by many Kenyans who claim to be jobless, came together to Uhuru Park protesting against the high unemployment rate in the country. The citizens cried over poor payments, retrenchment from companies due to government policies and high taxes, as well as lack of opportunities for the youth to build themselves in the industries, demanding for proper distribution of land among Kenyans to provide investment and work opportunities. The youths threatened to conduct demonstrations every Wednesday until the government pays attention to their grievances.
Na kwa sababu ya hiyo, kampuni nyingi zimeamua ama zimefika mahali zikaamua zimefika mwisho na hawawezi endelea. And ukiangalia ni nani wanaumia? Ni sisi kama wana youth.
Tupewe mashamba na tupewe kama vile the late Michuki alifanya, watu wakapatiwa mashamba, wakajenga na wakalima, tufanywe the same thing. That happened in the 70s. It can be possible. Please, we need jobs, or please give us land.
All right, hope a solution will be found soon, actually a permanent solution. Now, moving on, angry and agitated residents of Rafiki's location in Sabwati constituency held protests today with the aim of kicking out their sub-chief Susan Amwale from office after several complaints were launched against her. Now, the residents in Rafiki claimed their sub-chief is taking advantage of opposition by offering job vacancies to family members instead of the needy in the society. Rafiki residents to this end calling upon Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i to intervene as soon as possible and find a solution to the matter.
Watu natoka Mombasa wanakuja hapa kufanya kazi kwa sababu huduma namba alikuwa analipwa shilingi 10,000 na wakati ya census pia amekuwa akilipwa 10,000 kwa kila mtu. Sasa sisi tumeumia kwa sababu hatuna pesa ya kutafuta kazi. Tumechoka kama wananchi wa Rafiki, tumesema kwamba hatuhitaji assistant chief.
Amefanya watu kunyanyazwa, hata hapendi maendeleo. Anafukuza watu kutoka kwa hiyo ofisi, akiambia hao kwamba hiyo ofisi ni yake, yeye huwa analipa.
Zaidi kama mama nina uchungu, ni kwa sababu sisi wengine ni single mother. Tukienda katika hiyo ofisi wameleta vitu kama basari. Tunapoomba basari, madam anakataa kutupea basari. Anatuitisha pesa, usipokuwa na pesa hautapewa basari.
Right, we're now taking a short break right here in Breaking Today. Now, when you come back, there's so much more in store for you. We talk about Senegal divers. Some oceans actually are being polluted big time, and we tell you more about what they think. All that coming to you after a short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Breaking Today. Now, Beatrice Elachi is back with a bang, quite literally. Now, Elachi, who made an entrance back to her office early Wednesday morning, was not well received, with some members of the county assembly opposed to the return of the speaker and tried to evict her from office. The standoff that ensued not only disrupted business in the office, but also saw anti-riot police officers deployed outside the city hall, lobbing tear gas to disperse the rebel groups.
The 46-year-old speaker, who was reinstated to her position in May 2019 by the Employment and Labour Relations Court on Wednesday, took the initiative to return to the court to assume her court speaker duties. It was, however, not a fruitful welcome for her, as some of the MCAs opposing her return demanded that she vacates the office immediately.
We will not stand aside as you insult us and rubbish us. We will rise because we are elected by the people of this great country.
By her security, the embattled speaker vowed to remain put, claiming she will not be intimidated. Beatrice Elachi, who's been out of office for 13 months now, had stated in an interview at a local station in July that her comeback would cause drama, claiming to have moved on. But today, she gave a different story, setting foot on ground, claiming she is back to bring sanity in the assembly.
Na usishtuliwe, na usisukumwe, kangumu, karada.
Opposing teams could, however, hear none of it, with some even claiming that her return did not involve the House leadership, leading to chaos in the Speaker's office. Jackie Merita, Switch TV.
The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission on Wednesday guaranteed ODM that the updated Kibra voters register will be provided before the eagerly awaited Kibra by-election scheduled for 7th of November this year. Now, this comes after members of the ODM party threatened to march to the offices to demand for the registrar, claiming that there could be a malice and, of course, interference with it. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chairman Wafula Chebukati had to quell aggrieved members of the ODM party who on Wednesday demanded for the updated Kibra voting register to know whether indeed the register had been dispatched to the returning officer for 7-day inspection and verification before it is ready for sharing with political parties, including ODM and any other interested party. ODM Chairman John Badi had earlier noted that there was no commitment by the Commission to provide the updated voter register requested by the party, and were left with no option but to question the motive behind the hide-and-seek game that they were being subjected to, with only 3 weeks left to the by-election.
We have complained through our legal representative here about 2 commissioners whom we feel are officers of the commission who are with their accusations that they are interfering with this process. And the commission has asked us to provide information, which we are going to do. So there's really nothing we are doing under the table. Everything is above the table.
Chebukati, however, assured all the political parties participating in the mini-poll that necessary changes were made to the register used in 2017 following concerns from various leaders. The Elections Act 2015 obligates the IEBC to make the register of voters available at all times for inspection. The same law calls for the creation of a public web portal to enable members of the public to inspect the register, which to this end the electoral body has not yet provided. Giverson Mana, Switch TV. Now, for the many people who enjoy a casual swim or deep sea dive off the Senegalese coast, plastic pollution is an increasingly worrying issue. Dakar's oldest diving club has decided to do something about it by organizing ocean cleanup days.
According to the United Nations, 8 million tons of plastic ends up in the world's oceans every year. In the Senegalese capital of Dakar, the fight against this plastic tide is well underway, thanks in part to a team of amateur divers operating under the name Oceanium.
It's very polluted. Unfortunately, some of the locals throw their rubbish straight into the water. It's sad.
Restricted by oxygen levels, the divers have just 1 hour per descent to gather as much rubbish as they can. It's a mammoth task, and the worry is that their efforts are a mere drop in the ocean, with Senegal dumping over 250,000 tons of waste into the Atlantic each year.
You see water bottles which stay intact for a long time. Plastic stays for a long time. It can take centuries for something like this to dissolve.
In this West African nation, addressing green issues trails far behind the drive to ease poverty. Oceanium organised their first cleanup operation 2 years ago. Now, the plan is to make them more frequent, first once a month, and then, if funding permits, once a week.
We realized that the sea is too dirty. A lot of people have this view of the sea as a rubbish bin, so they just throw away all sorts of things. That's why we're here, to clean up.
In 2015, the country passed a law banning the sale of plastic bags. But 4 years on, this has still not come into force. And Gorée Island, a popular tourist destination off the coast of Dakar, is particularly affected by this pollution.
We're in summer, so we're seeing a lot of beer cans and plastic bottles and cups. People who go to the beach are drinking and partying, and if there are no bins, things get left on the beach. And then, with the swell, it ends up in the sea, and because it's a bay, it ends up here.
The team's most recent cleanup operation saw hundreds of kilos of waste removed from the ocean. It's certainly a start, but there's still a long way to go if Senegal is to attain President Macky Sall's goal of becoming a zero-waste nation.
Kenya joined the rest of the world in celebrating the World Post Day, even as the number of letters posted locally in a year falling to around 47.1% million to June. Now, the lowest actually in a decade. Now, this is attributed to the increased use of internet-based mailing systems, leading to increase for the demand for postal corporations of Kenya services. Latest industry data by the Communications Authority of Kenya shows that this was a 24.4% fall from 62.3% in 12 months to June last year as the once dominant state corporation faces bleak days ahead.
As policy and decision makers, the World Post Day offers us a chance to pause and reflect on the critical role that the postal courier sector plays in everyday lives of our people and our businesses in this country. In recent years, there has been substantial increase in the parcel volumes as a result of the rapid growth in online retail businesses. This growth, we believe, is set to continue in future, with global cross-border e-commerce expected to grow by 10% annually up to year 2020.
Let's now look at how the financial markets fared on today. A look at sports now. The national football team Harambee Stars entered its third day of residential training ahead of the scheduled friendly match against Mozambique. Now, all players initially called up have checked in, save for Michael Olunga, who will join the team later. Harambee Stars coach Francis Kimanzi is happy that most of the players that were called up have reported to the camp and the training sessions are good. The match is set to be played on Sunday, October 8, 2019 at the Moi International Sports Centre, Kasarani, starting at 4 p.m. East African time.
Every time, save time, we move.
Good session. It's a good session, especially when you have a bigger number of players, the players that you want to see, and start preparing them for the match. For me, I think it's important because it is a friendly match and you are not seeing all the players every day. It's always important that you make some decisions. And the decision is that you call players, you give them an opportunity, you see, then at least you can clear that doubt.
Okay, as a player, I feel great for another opportunity. Yes, it has been long, like 1 year. It happens everywhere. So this is another chance I've gotten. So I just need to push hard, more harder, so that I can maintain here, at least, and play matches for the national team.
Winger Josh Adams grabbed a hat-trick of tries as a battered and bruised Wales battled to a 29-17 bonus point win over Fiji on Wednesday to book their place in the Rugby World Cup quarter-finals. Now, in a frenzied clash under the roof at Oita Stadium, Warren Gatland's team lost the talismanic fly-half, and Dan Biggar, who, of course, had Wales, came from 10-0 down to overcome an early Fiji onslaught in a bruising battle. Fullback Liam Williams also crossed late to secure a bonus point. The victory came at a cost with injury concerns for the rest of the tournament of fly half Dan Biggar and centre Jonathan Davis. It was a third victory after previous wins over Georgia and Australia. Wales now top Pool D and are in line to win the group by defeating Uruguay in 4 days' time. Now, the Kenya Volleyball Federation President Waithaka Kioni has stated that the Kenya women's volleyball team Malkia Strikers need to prepare adequately in a favorable environment if they are to beat Kenya's arch rivals Cameroon. Now, in the 2020 Tokyo Olympic qualifiers, Kioni spoke during a luncheon at the Villarosa Kempinski on Wednesday morning, consisting of the Malkia Strikers players and the Kenya Volleyball Federation officials. The qualifiers fixtures are scheduled for 6 to 12 of January next year.
Africa or in Kenya, we have to prepare extra. And during like a competition, our competition is not that well compared to the Europe countries. I think we have to look for more sponsors to help the Malkia strikers to train smart and hard.
We were hoping to host that event, but unfortunately the hosting rights have been given to our arch rivals in Cameroon. But I believe we can still beat Cameroon at home. And I'm therefore asking the team and the technical bench to prepare well, because preparation is the key.
Well, former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger was awarded as the legend of football on Monday evening to honour his more than 2-decade spell as head coach at the North London club. Now, Wenger, of course, some people say Wenger said he appreciated Arsenal's confidence in him and the passion of the game in England, admitting he woke up on Saturdays looking ahead of the day's matches. With reported links to a job at the World Soccer governing body FIFA, the Frenchman revealed little about his future plans, saying he saw a larger responsibility for the sport around the world given its religion-like status. Former friends and foes showered praise on Wenger, including long-time rivals like Alex Ferguson.
The first thing that comes into my head is an interesting football game tonight on television. If that's the case, my day is okay.
Honda's Marc Marquez said on Tuesday that it was beautiful to win. It was actually beautiful, rather, to win his 6th MotoGP title. But it was even better to win like a champion after providing spectators and his team with a thrilling victory in a nail-biting duel with French rookie Fabio Quartararo in the Thai Grand Prix on Sunday. Now, the Spaniard has 4 races to spare after winning the Thai Grand Prix for the 2nd year in a row, but has said his motivation is intact. Marquez had to score 2 points more than Italian Ducati rival Andre Dovizioso. All right, that story marks the end of Breaking Today. My name is Nick Mudimba, and news just in. The Ineos 159 has been confirmed that it will go down on Saturday at 8 a.m. So stay tuned to Switch TV. We'll be giving you updates on what's been going on the ground. Of course, Mr. Joseph Kamau, one of our correspondents, will be in Vienna giving us updated live feedback on what's going on with Eliud Kipchoge in Austria. All that coming to you on Saturday. My name is Nick Mudimba. Our language interpreter has been Miss Tracy Dorcas. I'll see you again tomorrow right here on Breaking Today. Have yourself a good night.